Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to another video, another just a word video. I thought I'd give you an update on what's been happening. I haven't released so many videos in the last couple of days. Excuse me. That's because my mum died on Friday night. Apparently I got notified yesterday. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster, I have to say, especially with the history between us and the fact that we were estranged. So I ain't going to talk about it. It's a long story, okay? But it's been really full on because I haven't known what emotions to feel. I've felt everything from fury to deep depression. It's been very off and on. And yeah, it's been really difficult. A lot of memories have come up. Very odd. And I've been very angry at my guides for not telling me. I can't tell you the fury I've had at them. And you do get that. And these people who tell you that it's all nicey and hey-ho, pip and dandy, as Rimmer would say on Red Dwarf, is with your guides and your angels is talking rubbish, quite frankly. You haven't got down to the nitty-gritty of the work you need to do on the planet and learning about yourself and spiritual growth. It starts that way. You don't always like what's coming at you, and I certainly didn't. And I do think I had a medium tell me once that they see everything as what they have to do. They don't see it as right or wrong. They see it as what they have to do. And to us, it comes across as a bit cruel, and it has been cruel. So I can barely acknowledge them. I'm not talking about the people I heal with or the people I do the readings with or anything like that. It's my close-knit group who I introduced you to one of them on, when did I do the, was that Friday or, yeah, it was Friday. It was through the night that my mum died, so Friday or Thursday, I think, when I did that one. But anyway, it's been very difficult. All I can say with my mum is never the twain shall meet, but doesn't mean you don't still love them. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to give you an update on that and how things have been all over the place. I'm still doing the live on Wednesday. Really looking forward to it and frightened at the same time because I've never done one before. But 6 o'clock on Wednesday. You need to be, if you're new to this, please, like, share, subscribe. You need to subscribe, and you really need to be in the Centaurus membership, Centaurus or Orion membership to view the live. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of my members, all of my new members, all of my I think I've had one member move to another tier of membership. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I want to say a big thank you to all of you giving me messages of support and being very kind and appreciating the work on this channel. That is amazing. I'm really grateful, because without your support I could not have done this, and I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. It's just you've given me so much more confidence, and I've been able to do the work that I need to. So thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting me in particular, and all of your kind comments. And I want to, there was a lady, I think it's Thelma Truitt, who told me that I would get the answers that I needed from a bird concerning my situation. And before I go on though, no, I'm not a twin. I have a twin flame around me, supposedly. Nathan thinks he's a twin flame, but my spirit guide. So, but I'm not a twin with my brother. But I want to tell you that the bird did come because we were walking outside yesterday. We went to the park, just needed to get out in the evening. It was very thundery looking, but it never thundered. Well, I could do with a thunderstorm. It releases so much energy. And we were walking towards the entrance of the park, and alongside the park, it's a gated, gated park, and this blackbird appeared right in front of us, wouldn't fly away, it just kept walking in front of us. Now, I've had that with crows before, and I know that's spirit communication. But this blackbird, now suddenly got in my head, I remembered that my mother looked after a blackbird years ago in the garden. She had a garden. I got upset last night because I suddenly thought, who's going to look after our garden? Yeah, it was, if there was ever a garden that had fairies and elementals in it, it was the back garden. And she looked after it, and there was something, she called him something big, wonky beak, because he used to come in the garden all the time, and there was something, or he just used to appear. She looked after several birds. I mean, I tried doing that as well, but she looked after several of them. But this bird, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure something happened to him, and then he kept coming in the garden, or something like that, or he was just a bird who kept coming in the garden. And she called him wonky beak, or something like, it was something to do with his beak, there was something wrong. Or his wing, there was something, but I can't remember. And this blackbird was there, and I thought, oh, that's odd. And it wouldn't go away. Then when we went through the park, and I haven't really seen a lot of birds recently, and we saw it again, and then we saw 2 blackbirds. So I don't know, that to me, if there was ever going to be a message with a bird, it would be a blackbird. So thank you for that, Thelma. And I think it's really weird when you lose someone, which a lot of us have, you as a medium, I wasn't, you know what I'm like, it's very hard for me to, I question everything, but I've had some messages, and I don't know whether that's just me hoping for them or what, so I'm very skeptical. But I've just been out shopping, and in the town, through the park again in the town, and I've heard a couple of things, messages and things have happened. So I just want you, when you lose someone, that if you're open, they will come to you, they will give you messages, they will be, I always think, I don't want to get this too heavy, so I'm going to lighten it, but I always remember it's Peter Kay, the comedian. I think I've probably said this before, but he says, he would talk about a lot of the things that go on in families, especially north. I mean, we're from Lancashire, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne, I'm from the northeast of the country, tiny way, and I'm not there now, I haven't been for years, but and they used to talk this way as well. And if there was a member, the family died or whatever, you could be at the grave, and he would say, they were saying, that were Connie, that were, this bag of crisps floating across the grave, because and she used to like hula hoops, and it'd say, that crisp bag, that were Connie, that were made that happen, and it's that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very strange. So I was in, where was I yesterday? I think I was in M&S. I can't remember where it was. Oh no, I was walking around the park. Now I've got this red leather jacket. I was with my mother when I bought it, and I bought it years ago. You could actually probably say it's vintage now, but everybody loves it. I was at the Dior counter in Birmingham in Selfridges the other day, and this one walked past. I love your jacket. I thought, I've had this since I think in the 90s, I'm sure. Betty Barclay, right? I love it. It's bright red because I love red. And anyway, I'm walking through the park, and all I heard was, are you still wearing that coat, Sarah? And I thought, no, that's got to be me. I'm just imagining what she'd say. So I left it. And then I was out today it's when I saw the blackbird. So I was and ahhing, and then I went out today, and I was in. I wanted some geranium aromatherapy oil. I love my aromatherapy oils. I've been burning them to lighten the atmosphere because obviously my son's upset as well, and I was in Neil's yard, which I do think are overpriced, but never mind. I was in there and I was looking for the geranium, and I thought, I'm sure I've seen, my thought was, I'm sure I've seen that cheaper, and I just said, that's expensive, as she would say. And I thought, all right. And I have blocked a few other things coming through because I'm still not sure, but one I can't tell you about, but the other one, we went into the Cotswold trading, and I was looking for some stuff. And I don't know if my guides will often guide me to things. I've been on about my circles. I don't sleep very well because I get interrupted. Well, I've told you I get interrupted with my sleep, and I've got these dark circles at the minute. And I thought, oh, they've got stuff in there. I'll go and have a look, see if I can get some. They do a lot of beauty things. I'll see if I can get some things for my eyes. Now I went straight to them, and so I didn't know if I got the right ones. And then I can't remember if there was something else, but all of a sudden, it was straight after I'd been in Neil's yard, and then all of a sudden I heard Frank Sinatra, Chicago, come on the thing, and I thought, I said to Evan, my son, oh, that was my mum's favourite. He was, but Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra. And I could see the album in my head. It was a double album, and I'm talking records here, yeah, proper records, proper stuff, yeah. And I just could see really clearly, like it was a photograph. And then I heard, yes, that was my favourite one. So when you know somebody, even if you don't speak to them, chances are that I get the impression. My mum went to a medium years ago, before I knew anything about, doing what I do now, and that when my uncle died, a brother, and it's gone out my head what I was going to say now. You see what I mean? I'm all over the place at the minute. What was it? Something about oh, that's right. He said that after he died, he'd gone around a load of places, having a look as to what was going on and who was doing what. And I think that's what they do. I have a good look round. And I definitely believe that you see your funeral, because when I was at my grandmother's funeral, again, I wasn't sure about things like then. And I actually spoke at my grandmother's funeral, and there was a chair next to the coffin. It was a Church of England service, so it's crematorium. And there was a chair next to the coffin. And I swear to God, I can see my grandmother sitting there going, hey, look at all these people who have come to my funeral. And there's a tap, yeah. Talking about, who was there and what. And that's all I can see. It's really weird. And even people who aren't that spiritually minded, my ex-husband at one point, I was down and angry about a lot of things. I've got this thing I'm going to go and learn to box. I know, hilarious. But like with a personal trainer, because I swear it's going to get rid of all this frustration. And anyway, that's a side note. But I remember, and he would say things like, I know you're having an experience. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you're having some sort of experience. Great, whatever. Computer nerd, but not that there's anything wrong with computer nerds, but this one there was. That's another story. Anyway, so my head is all over the place. All I'm getting in my head is a Chinese word for computer. Yeah, now? Because I did Chinese this morning. Oh, my head is all over the place. Please forgive me. And, but he just suddenly went, all I can see is your grandmother standing next to you going, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. I can really see it. So even people who aren't spiritually minded or necessarily believe will get these experiences. And even if they're really skeptical, they won't be able to deny. They may go on to deny so many other things, but spirit will come through no matter what, and they will reach you through a song, through a bird, through a television program, through a character, through somebody who says something on the street. The words will suddenly appear loud. What you need to hear. I had it at one point where spirit were trying to tell me something about stars and to follow the star. They have told me so many things that I was going to do, but they've told me months, sometimes years before I've even acknowledged it. I remember being on a train back from Newcastle, and all I kept saying was something about a film, and they kept doing video film. And it wasn't until a year or so later or more I was doing this. So you may have to wait till you catch up. And sometimes they'll show you things, especially if you can say them, and you'll think, am I being cheeky? Oh no, what the heck? And then you, can be a year later. It's like when I give readings, angel life path readings. By the way, somebody asked me to film one of them. I'm not really up for that. That's a private experience for anyone who's having a reading. So no, I do the readings, the general readings for tarot. So I'm showing you what I do. I channel messages. I do cards if they ask me to. And then I do a video, and I get more messages on top of that. Okay, so no, I'm not filming that. I've gone off again. Heaven's sake. But yeah, I'll go back to you. They will come through any way. They will come through to you with symbols, with, that's it, stars. Follow your star. They kept telling me everywhere I went, stars on jumpers, to the point I felt ill. I even walked past somebody in a supermarket, and their voice became very loud, and it was, oh, the stars are out tonight, stars, Bob. Stars, 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 stars. Everything, stars. Then it stops, and another symbol. I keep seeing the numbers 55, which means massive change for me. 555, 1555. Then I see threes, 1303, 333, all that. Oh, massive change. I hate it when those numbers come in, because for me, they are tower numbers, which is a tarot card for massive change. So there are a lot of signs and symbols. I see yellow tulips a lot when I'm going to get a surprise. My guide will do that, and there'll be a bunch of yellow tulips. Maybe it's a surprise, because that solar plexus colour is yellow, and it's so that's about independence, something that's going to challenge your sovereignty and your independence as a surprise. I don't know where that's come from. I've just got that. Claire Coggins. So yeah, it's full on. It's still full on, but I'm still waiting to see if I have been mentioned as a surviving member on the death notice. If I'm not, there'll be trouble. But we'll see. And when the funeral is. But we'll see. Watch this space. But I want to leave you with the comforting notion that I'm never far away. In fact, Evan's grandpa, who is on my ex-husband's side, I've had to ask them to say, oi, can you go? can you tell him to throw him out, please, at one point. And I know he does help me with financial issues. I know he does that. They've told me that because he was bank manager for Barclays. So, so yeah, he does help me. And I think he does it more on the quiet now. I'm just seeing, yeah, always comes in his walking gear. When he died, the morning he died, I was sitting in Carluccio, was waiting for other people to come in because I used to meet for coffee. I used to do some work, writing, go in for coffee, meet some friends in the morning, go back home and do writing up until after 7, whatever. Yeah, so that was my day. So I got to see people. I don't know anybody here. It's not very friendly that way, but that's how I did it. And I was sitting in Carluccio's and I was sitting on my own because I got there first. And he came in and I could see him. I see more in my mind's eye. I could see outlines, but obviously I was out, so when I went out today, there were, you know, I call them the flashers, the flash on as full-on apparitions. For, well, nanoseconds sometimes, which leads me on to what I saw this morning. But he came in and I went, oh, hello, John. Now, you can imagine, and the place I was in, there were always spirits in, and my lot were always sitting, reading the paper and on the other tables, always sitting, waiting until I was finished, and then the entourage would move, the protection entourage, and he come in, stood in front of me, and I went, oh, hello, John, you all right? You okay now? Yeah. Okay. And then he said to me, is that all you're going to say? I went, well, what do you want me to say? You know, and I'm trying not to speak because you know, she talking to, there's no one there. I say that, my guide's always sitting on the other side of the table. There's no one there. If they only knew, the place is packed. I says, oh, well, you need to be on your way then, you know. And he came in his walking gear because him and I used to talk all the time when we were walking. We used to do loads of walks on the Lake District and everything. So he came in his walking gear. And I said, all right then, you know. And then he said, parting shot. And this is my confirmation. You always get confirmation as to who the spirit is, because there are spirits who'll come in and fool you to try and get in the door. You should see some of them try to dress up in black suits to get in, and they just come out. It's hilarious. Once there was a gardener at the other place I was in, and he kept following me. He tried to get in, dressed up, out. It's really fun. You know, you don't change. You go to spirit, and you are who you are. You know. But anyway, and then he said to me, oh, and look after Jeremy for me. Mind you, look after Jeremy. And I thought, I'm just getting a divorce. I haven't even divorced him properly yet. And you're saying that to me. And I thought, that's how I know it's him, because he used to rile the hell out of me with things like that. He used to always say something that wound me up. So that's how I know. Yeah, if he annoys me, it's him. But it's funny. It's just funny. That's how they come in. And my uncle, my mum's brother, who I know will have come for her, and my grandma, and he would have definitely been there. He comes in. He was in here not so long ago. And I know it's him because this is what I'm telling you to look for. Something they do so you know. Okay, or they give you a feeling. And he would come with a box of embassy cigarettes and a gold lighter, and he puts them on the table. I think, oh, that's him. My other uncle, because my mum's brother died, he would come in, because he was called Arthur, and he would come in and he'd go like that. He was a joker and a half. He was a real joker. He was really funny. Loved my Uncle Arthur. He was very funny. And he always comes in like that. And so I know it's him, because I didn't realise who he was taking off. It wasn't until somebody told me, oh, well, that's Arthur from Bewitched, Uncle Arthur, who comes in, and that's who he was taking off. So he comes in like that. My grandmother makes me emotional and cry, so if I don't get any tears, then so it's their little quirk, their little thing. So watch for that when they come in. Yeah, I think if you're watching this video, you might be getting opened to these things. So watch out that you might, a relative might come in after you've watched this video. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but this might be opening you up a little bit. If you don't want them there, just ask them to leave, It's as simple as that. Trying to think of who else, but then my guide, when he came and said he was twin flame, this, that and the other, he's standing right here. Yeah. And he reminded me of a past life. And I was, probably told this before, but I was a child and I came from Connecticut because my father had died, my mother, my younger brother had died, and I got taken by this it's not so nice woman trained. I wrote this in my book, and I know it's right, to Wisconsin, and the family, it was about 5 brothers, something like that, and he was the youngest, and he was about 12, and I was 8, and I had did I have long blonde hair? My hair went darker. I can't remember, but I had very long hair, and I went there, and I used to, he looked after me, and I remember I sat on the stairs once crying for my mum. This is in the past life, and he, why are you crying for your mama? Blah, blah. Why are you crying? And then he used to dance with me. He always comes in with things like that, dance with me, and really weird, because I could see this, and I got shown a photograph of him one night, and he had a bowler hat on, and oh God, what do you call them? Oh my goodness, my head, you know what I mean, the braces, yeah, and everything, and he was standing on the porch bit of this farm, and then I could see myself as this Sarah person, black hair. I saw a picture of her like that's really guarded and hair up, and she was in a black dress. So really weird. And that was me. And there's a dog, and I know the dog I had, Domino, was my dog, because they told me, so he's always been in trouble. He used to run off into the woods, and there was a mass search for this. He was smaller though. This little dog that was Domino, my dog that's passed away in the pandemic. So it's really weird. I'm never there for deaths. I don't know if I get shielded from it or what. It's really weird. Very strange. But anyway, so that's how they will come in with all sorts of things. Your guides will as well. And the one thing, because I married him in that life when I got older, he was a cousin. Hey-ho. And but he came in, every time I saw him, I felt like I was 16, because I started, and I don't blush. Yeah, very rarely. Everybody blushed, but very rarely. Yeah, and he kept looking at me, and I couldn't look. I was like this. And I didn't know where that feeling came from. Certainly doesn't get it now. Anyway, so I'm just trying to, comfort anyone out there who's lost someone. They will come to you. I'll be very surprised if they don't. But when I was getting very angry with this lot yesterday, and I told them, there is an older guy around me who runs this show, in this Queen thing they tell me about. I don't know who he is, but he thinks he's a statesman in charge, and he pushes me. And I told him exactly what I thought. I was really angry. And it's really weird to be talking to yourself in the mirror, but I can see all these faces going over me. People stand there. I was changing shape. I was everything. So I really told them how I felt. And then I sat on the bed and my son came in. You know when you have that dead sort of, can't feel anything, numb feeling when you lose someone sometimes. And I was sitting there staring into space. I suppose I was bordering on a fit as well. My son came around the corner because I had the door open, and he said, are you all right? I said, I'm so angry, and all I can see is on the wall in front of me into another dimension, and all I can see is this tank, this battlefield, and this tank doing this and moving around. And I'm thinking, all these people I said, and I'm raging here, and they're showing me this. I don't know what. I kept saying, what am I? You know, who am I? What, you know, what am I? What, you know, all of this. And then this morning, now, when I first started really seeing them, I saw World War I soldier, as clear as day, full apparition, by the side of my bed, aiming a rifle like that. Well, this morning I woke up and, oh, there's a soldier in full jungle combat gear, and blinking action man, with a gun like this, standing at the side of the bed. And I thought, oh, battle already. So I don't know if I'm going to be having a battle with someone or what, but that's definitely a message. I don't know if it's a personal one or there's battle. Well, there's the Ukraine war, but it was not about that. So I don't know if it's a personal battle or it's just a battle with myself, or there's something going to happen. I don't know. Watch this space. I may get more information. Because they just keep doing their job anyway. They don't care. They stand, they're looking like this, looking around, faces everywhere. There were a load of them standing outside the window last night. Oh my goodness. Oh, stomach's rumbling. Haven't been eating. Not eating much anyway. So yeah, I just watch the space. Probably get some more information on that. But just be comforted. They will come through. I'm still waiting for somebody opening the door again. Spirit. I've asked them to do it, but they're not. So I'm beginning to, I think I've said it on another thing, that that flash that I saw on that, when I was doing that reading, I definitely think was a warning of what was coming. And somebody was trying to get my attention. So yes, I think I've told you everything. I get back to the readings tomorrow. I have one free slot tomorrow if anybody wants an Angel Life Path reading. And then I won't be doing any more till maybe Thursday, something like that. I'm doing other stuff now as well. If you want some spiritual sort of counselling, anything like that, life coaching type thing, flower remedies, aromatherapy included, anything that might be beneficial, I'm sort of offering that as well. I've got to work on the healing, the cards. I want to be able to do a reading with my own healing cards again. I've got to get going with that, but they stopped me with the healing. They wouldn't let me send any healing to my mum. What I need to tell you is, I was told, tapping again, told in the morning, but actually I sort of did know, because I remember on Friday Eve, it was late, and I went, I was getting ready for bed in the bathroom, and part of me tried to connect and I couldn't. I got that wall, and when I get that wall, that means somebody's dead there. So I now know that. I didn't before, and I discovered that myself. And that made perfect sense to me when I got a message in the morning, because there was like this wall had come in, and it means you can't, if you go past through that, you're connecting with a spirit, you're not connecting with them. And I was trying to help find someone recently, and I kept getting this wall, and I didn't understand what the wall was. as I been blocked, whatever. Now I know, because that person died, now I know it means death. They've died. So yeah, really odd. Learning as we go, work in progress as a psychic medium. Definitely, I get the impression that a lot of you who come to me for readings want the angel connection more than anything. I do all sorts of different readings, but it seems that angel guides. So if you did come for a spiritual counselling session, we'd probably do a short reading to see where you're going. And then, I don't know, I'm offering so many different things because I want to see what people like. And if they don't like certain things, I'll just remove them from our website or whatever. But the healing has been put on hold, I've been told, for the moment, because obviously I need to do my own healing. And I don't think they told me I couldn't send any healing. No, and nothing was accepted from me anyway. So it's just the way it is. So that will be coming back. But I've told you I've got to get this course accredited, and oh, it's going to be a mammoth undertaking. But readings, absolutely love them. Spiritual counselling. And I have just finished setting up my website for teaching English as a foreign language. And I've going to have some different courses on there. I can help you learn alone. Because I know there are some people, I'm telling you, I know I'm speaking to people who can't speak English, but if you want to, you know, if there's anybody who's wanting to, out there, who's wanting to up their English, you know, if you live in, I don't know, in wherever it is in the world. I know there are people from Brazil and everything watching this channel. So, you know, if you want to learn more English, anything, I'm all different languages are, you know, watching. So I can give you English lessons via Zoom, or I can direct, or can do reading and writing via email. I can create a course for you, and I can teach you. That's for coming for university. I do business English as well. That's my main thing, business English. So if you're looking for a job in the UK, you want to know how to do CV, or, you know, the English terminology, interviews, the works, I do things like that, business, negotiating, whatever, you know, and English for university as well, and discovering UK culture, lots of things. And I'm going to be continuing on my channel, my English language channel, from next week as well. So lots going on. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and join the memberships, as I say, to because that's the only way I'm going to do this live at the minute. And yeah, extra perks. I'll be back doing exclusive videos again and things like that. And you'll be able to watch videos ad-free. If you, can I ask as well whether or not you would like some tarot videos on a membership? If you would like a membership just purely for tarot and angel card reads, so you can see them first and ad-free and have extended readings or anything like that, please let me know. I'll put that in the description as well, and do a poll for it as well. Okay, take care, and I shall see you next time. And thank you once again. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye.